Look at this village. Vijay owns a large field in this village. On this field, there is a public road. See, below the road, there is a drain. Also, a mobile tower above the surface of his land. So, how do you think the tower was built above the ground, the drain below the ground, and the road on the ground? After completing this module, you will be able to explain the meaning of surveying, state the objective of surveying. So, you see, there are some objects on, above, and below Vijay's piece of land. Now take a look in and around. You can see many natural and man-made things on the Earth's surface. Some of these things are on the surface. For example, look at these parcels of land. Also, look at these roads, houses, and rivers too. Some are below the surface of the earth. For example, the pipeline's drainage or water are below the surface of the earth. Similarly, there are a few things that are above the surface of the earth. For example, the tower on the hill. Aren't they above the surface of the earth? Now, how do you think the location and area for the construction of these objects was decided? Let us again come back to Vijay's field and the objects in and around his field. First, determine the area or boundary of the location of the tower, the road, and drainage. Then, represent the area of each on a map. We can now see the location of the field in relation to the tower, the road, and the drainage in the map. Thus, the map represents what is where. You can now use this map to measure the distance between the objects. This activity of determining the relative positions of different objects on the surface of the earth by measuring horizontal distances between them is called surveying. Surveying is needed so that you can make a map. Can you see this factory near Vijay's field? Well, 5 years ago, this was a barren piece of land. The government officials decided to build a factory on this piece of land. Few senior land surveyors came to examine the area. They checked whether the surface of the land is sloping or flat, whether there are any fields or other houses around the site. Then they demarcated the area for the factory and made a map for their proposed factory site. On the basis of the land available, they decided on the structure of the factory. With this plan in hand, they were able to realize their dream of building a factory on the demarcated ground. So, the aim of surveying is to prepare a map to show the relative position of the object on the surface of the earth. The map is drawn to a suitable scale. It shows towns, villages, roads, railways. Maps may also include details of different engineering works such as bridges, towers, irrigation canals. Surveying means determining the relative positions of different objects on, above, or below the ground and representing their relative positions on a map. The objective of surveying is the preparation of plans and maps of the areas. These plans and maps are helpful for demarcating the boundaries of land, for laying out the alignment of roads, railways, tunnels, canals, transmission power lines, and microwave or television relaying towers.